Oh, hey, looks like we're live. Does my mouse show up? Hey, there's the mouse. Hello, welcome. I am, of course, your host, Lizbar, and this should be a quick little stream. I was going to do a pre recorded video, and then I was like, you know what? I'm only going to do one take anyway. I might as well just do it live. So, if you know me, you know that many years ago now, I backed Nina and Ariel. In fact, I backed it on Kickstarter here. And the reason I'm bringing this up is there's an Indiegogo for Nina and Ariel, and it still has not fulfilled. That seems a little weird to me. That seems a little suspect, you know? And also, it's the cause of some friction between me and Brian Ball. He sold me his copies of Ravage, which I didn't really like after I got it. You know, it was like okay, but not great. And I was expecting it to be great. And then I was like, Nina and Ariel is a pretty fun bad girl comic. You should check this out. And he checked it out, and now he got it on Indiegogo. It has not fulfilled. I don't know why. We're going to investigate that halfway. We're investigating it kind of live here. So we'll see how this goes. It is a late night stream, you know, because we're being crazy. We're being absolute mad people right now. Now I got my browser tab over here. This is the Kickstarter. And you can see the date here. Fulfilled September 2018. Now I got my spreadsheet open and it says I got my book. Yeah, so the due date was September 2018. I backed it in July of 2018 and I got my book on November 14, 2018. That's that's not too bad in terms of like crowdfund stuff. 2 months late, like, that's not unacceptable, that's not terrible. A lot of books, are in way worse shape than that. So I was pretty confident that Ed Benes, when Indiegogo rolled around, would be able to handle fulfilling the campaign just fine, that Brian would get his book, that we would all be happy people enjoying some art. Let me, actually share a larger version of the art that you see there in the little video without the play button here. Give me 1 second. Share. Oh, I actually have to stop and then share like this. I'm relearning. I'm relearning all this stuff here in StreamYard because StreamYard did not work so well with my normal browser choice, which is Brave. And on my previous computer, it also had some weird problems with the microphone that I use on my headset here. Not sure why. So this is all kind of new to me, but you can kind of see, like, looking at this, you get a pretty good idea of what the book's about. You got the bad girl crew, scantily clad, heavily armed, probably going to shoot you with a really big gun. You've got like a weird post apocalyptic dystopia thing, weird cyberpunk stuff. Planets in the background let you know it's like a sci fi futuristic thing. Nuclear bombs over here, dead people over here. Like there's all kinds of stuff. And it lets you know, hey, this world that they're living in is in the future. It's a bad place and they have crazy, weird technologies. But there's also still a lot of primitive stuff because she's using a revolver and not like a space laser. So it gives you a good sense of what the book's all about. Well, I'm not quite sure where to go on the Indiegogo, and it's kind of dangerous for me to scroll through the Indiegogo because there's stuff I probably shouldn't show on stream here, uh, like in regards to some of the art, because there's some Ghibli bits on camera. These must be new pages because I don't remember the Ghibli bits being in the actual book when I read it, but whatever. Let me just start sharing, and I'll share this one thing here because I think this kind of encapsulates a lot of it because it looks like the project has been plagued by many things, which, given the last couple of years, there's a lot of different things to plague a project, right? I think I'm sharing the sound for this video here, so I'm just going to go hit play. Can we make this bigger? No, we can't. Okay.
Houve que eu tive que partir para fazer qualquer coisa que pudesse me dar o dinheiro suficiente para poder sustentar a minha família. Né? Eu tinha me separado recente, precisava pagar pensão alimentícia, precisava pagar uma série de outras coisas e tal, e tudo estava fechado para mim. Eu tinha saído da editora, exatamente para me dedicar aos meus projetos pessoais, mas ao mesmo tempo eu tinha um projeto já feito, já lançado, eu não podia voltar para uma nova editora e fazer novamente um contrato, né? Já que esses projetos eram o que eu precisava fazer e eu tinha que cumprir isso. Então eu já não havia um grande problema aí. Eu não podia voltar a trabalhar para o mercado americano em si, ou trabalhar para a Marvel, para DC, né, com um contrato, e de repente, com a pandemia passar, se eu voltar novamente para a linha Ariel, isso seria uma coisa muito prejudicial. Eu tinha realmente que achar um artifício, qualquer meio que fosse, para não me.
All right, I think you kind of get the point. Ed Benes was stuck in a really, really crummy position of, oh boy, like this just looked like a litany of stuff. Like he had to get money to support his family. He lost his, like his wife left him or something, I think was one of the things he says in here. Like, let me rewind a little bit. He had a project, da 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 da, close to me. Yeah,
Pagar
I just separated from my wife and needed to keep my
pensão
daughters.
alimentícia.
So he's going through personal problems. The pandemic hits, which delays things. This is what we call a big mess. A big, big mess. Now, kind of the problem I have with the explanation, and I'm not saying that he wasn't going through stress or difficult times or trouble or however you want to phrase that. Like, everything he says is legit. He was definitely finding himself between a rock and a hard place. But it's my understanding that, let me go back to the Kickstarter. You can't see this. I'm going to flip over to the Kickstarter. How many pages was the Kickstarter? Like the book here, let's see, main just lived to 1,000 copies. You should have sold way more than that, dude. You would have made more money. It doesn't actually say what the page count is there. It's on the main campaign text or something. Anyway, this guy is really busy. It's kind of like where the start of this is, you know? Okay, it says there's 27 story pages in the version that I have. That sounds about right. It's about the size of a normal, modern comic book from a major publisher. Like, there's no real surprises there. It's pretty standard stuff. In fact, it's a pretty standard comic book and kind of fun. Like, I am 100% on board with it. So, a lot of what he's saying there rings true from the perspective of he's having difficulties, but he's already got 27 of the, what does it say over here? Oh, and he's counting the extras. If he's counting the extras, that's probably the extras that were some of the extras from the original book. There was like 8 pages of cover gallery and stuff like that too in like the deluxe edition. So if he's counting that, then let's see, 27 plus like 8 pages. So that's like 35. So we're looking at like 10 to 15 pages of new material, is what this sounds like. Number one, why would you do this to yourself instead of just selling more versions of the same book with a different cover or something like that? What is the extra material? Well, there's like some short stories, and down here somewhere he talks about the, oh, no, 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 we can't scroll there. Hold on, I got to stop sharing for a second to scroll past that. Here we go. Let's see, is this what I want to? Yeah, this looks like a decent spot. Man, you got to be so careful when you're sharing stuff, man, because people just put ghibli bits out there hanging out in the open where anybody can see them. But like here, one of the invited artists, so he's not even doing this himself, is Gardino Lima, who's making the story with Dan and Nina at the moment when Ariel leaves her at Dan's bar. Now, it may not have been the original plan to have guest artists come in and fill this stuff out, but look at the date on that, May 2021. In the little video clip we were watching above, it said something like, hey, we should be done by November 2021. The book was supposed to be fulfilled in March of 2020. The campaign ran, geez, let me pop back up to the top real quick for a second. Let's see when the campaign ended. Campaign ended on January 2020. Okay, January 2020. Now you tell me. You tell me. Let's say you're a comic book creator. You're trying to sell your book and get it shipped to people. Here's the PDF. Forget the physical. Let's just talk like getting the art done. You've already got 27 pages done. This says 40 pages. Maybe there's more stuff that got promised during the course of the campaign. I'm not scrolling through all 23 of these updates to find out, but that means you got to make up 13 pages of stuff. It depends on what the extras are, right? But that's not that much material. If he produced one page a week from when he started the campaign to when the campaign wrapped up, and then the delivery date of March, he's got more than enough time to do one page per week. Now, I don't know what kind of schedule he has or whatever, but that sounds like a pretty decent pace to be on to actually complete stuff. I was just watching a stream a little while ago where Tim Lim is like, it takes me 8 hours to pencil, ink, and color and letter a page. I'm like, holy crap! I thought Matt Weldon was the human printing machine. Apparently, Tim Lim is like the human photocopier or something. Is ridiculous. But my point is, that's plenty of time to get a handful of pages done. And if you need to contract out to get somebody else to fill in some pages for you or whatever, that's fine. One of the things that Dennis was talking about in his video is I need my sources of money were cut off. You should have the money from this campaign, which should be able to pay you enough money that you can finish the campaign. That's the whole point of a crowdfund is you get the money to you do your all your funding. So you do the art, you do the production of the book, you do everything out of that pool of money. And if you're not making enough money from your campaign to do that, why are you running the campaign? You know what I mean? I think you know what I mean. You're intelligent people. You understand. Now he's caught up in the moment. I don't think there's an intended grift here. I think he's just got overwhelmed by life. Just what that video said. But dude, you got to be more responsive to people. People want to know when they're going to get their stuff. I saw there's like a Instagram for Nina and Ariel, and there was like a post up a week ago. So I know you're out there on the internet right now, or at least somebody representing your brand is. Although maybe that's run by a fan or something. It's not official. I don't know. But it's a rough position to be in for both the customers and the creator. Some creators in the past, I'm not naming names, but you might know their book because it rhymes with Zed Zuster. Basically, took people's money and used it to basically found a company. And that's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. That part of it. What the problem there is, though, is in the process of doing all that, the actual product that was being made got forgotten. So instead of sitting down and producing like one page a week, again, that's not a pace that I feel is too demanding for a professional comic book creator. One page a week, you can get the book done and then at least be able to send people the digitals. Maybe the physical takes a while. Like since the start of the pandemic, there's been like a paper shortage. I know that's going on right now. A whole lot of people are being affected by the paper shortage. Printers are having trouble getting paper. It's perfectly understandable that in a world where that's the case, you're going to have trouble getting stuff printed. I get that. I'm not blaming anybody who's like late by a couple of weeks or even a couple of months at this point because of the paper shortage. Even if it's not even true, if they just say that that's what happened, I am 100% going to believe them. I just am. That's how it is. But the natives, as they say, are getting restless. If you look, there's a lot of stuff in the comments here that's not great. Richard Boom, 2,000 backers, 75,000 in earnings. Is that how much this made? 31,000 here, and then on Kickstarter, what did it cost? What did it get? Let's see, 1,100 backers on Kickstarter, 35,000. Indiegogo, 558 backers for 31,000. Wow, wow. You must have like some really great tiers in here. What's going on? Let's see. Black and white edition, nude cover. Oh my. Deluxe comics. So people must went for like some of these deluxe comic, like these tiers down here. Cool. Good for them. I hope those people get their stuff. I hope that Ed Benes gets this stuff to them. So Richard Boom, yeah, three platforms of crowdfunding. I don't know what the other one is. I just know the Kickstarter because I backed that, and I know the Indiegogo because Brian Ball won't let me forget this. 3 years in development. Last update October 2021. This guy, Richard Boom, is vicious. And to think the original comic was already done, we're now talking about the deluxe version with 2 5-page stories and 3 extra pages, 13 pages. Dude, why didn't he just send you the PDFs of the original version to get you something? To get you something. Wait, 40 pages. Hold on. What does it say over here on the Kickstarter? For the basic one, does it even say how many pages? Cover A. No, it doesn't say. Okay. Yeah. As a I hope he did send out like the digital of the original and then says, "Hey, we're going to get you the rest of this as soon as we can," or something like that. That seems reasonable. That doesn't seem like a crazy request. And the 27 pages of the original book plus 10 pages for 2 5-page stories plus 3 extra pages, that comes out to 40 pages. So 2/3 of the book is already done. Holy cow, has it been over 2 years since this campaign ended? Yikes, could we get an update? Well, it hasn't been over. Oh, maybe it was when you posted this. Yeah, because that would have been in February and at February 1st, and this is the book or the campaign ended in January 2 years ago. Crickets chirping everywhere. It'd be really nice to receive an update. What I understand is that the original or R spends the last 3 months of the year drawing originals and selling them on his store instead of doing what he committed to with the campaign. Jean Charles there, that is like an appropriate feeling. And I think Ed Benes also runs like a school for artists in Brazil because I know there's this dude named Leonardo that I've seen his work that came out of there. So that's also going on. That's another responsibility. I hope he makes enough money to live on from that. Time for an update 2 months ago. How about giving us supporters an update? Can I just get my money back? And another immense time has passed since the last update. It was said that everything was to conclude in November. Yeah, that was in that video post. And we can start putting this up for a second chance campaign. Wow, Tracy Stevens is uh is definitely optimistic. Been a fan of your work since Birds of Prey. That's where I know Ed Ben is from. Thanks for the message. We were going to meet the stipulated deadline. Just let supporters know when all the material is ready and in the process of printing. In the meantime, we will contact all supporters to confirm the delivery addresses. And for those who want to upgrade support, this will be the time too. Dude, you got to give people something other than promises. You can't make promises for 2 years and not deliver on any of those promises. That's just not how it works. People won't believe you. You get one like I messed up, yo. You get one of those, and everybody, except someone who's unreasonable, will forgive you because human beings are fallible. We all know this. But my point is, I'm going back to this delivery date of March for the digital. March 2020. The campaign ended in January 2020. What happened in those 8 to 10 weeks? Why wasn't the art completed in those 8 to 10 weeks? Like that's before the pandemic stuff got really bad. That's before the lockdowns really got really strict across the globe. There should have been enough time. He should have had the money from Indiegogo to live off of for a little while that was happening. So even if there was trouble getting a printer, why didn't the art just get done? And I don't think there's a clear answer to that question. I don't think there's a clear answer to that question. I'm going to stop sharing for a second. I'm going to scroll down to some early updates and just see what's going on, just in case I missed like one that explains this, but I don't think I did. Oh, here we go. Is this the bottom of the update pool? All right, I'm going to scroll up here and just. That is not a lot of updates. Okay. It's also safe to show. So let me go back to Sharon. Look, man, I gotta watch out for the like bare skin stuff, or I'll like be destroyed by the YouTube overlords. Oh my lord, this is probably bad enough over here. I'm already in trouble. So here we go. January 23rd, we finished the goal, or we finished the campaign. April, due to the pandemic, shipments and rewards will experience a delay. Okay, where's the digital? The digital does not rely on physical mail. The art should have been done at this point, and you could have shipped digitals out and said, "Hey, everybody, I'm sorry that I can't send you the physical stuff. There are various issues because of what's going on in the world right now, but here's some physical things, or here's some digital things." We were in a fast pace. We didn't know it'd be so strong. We saw that. So, apologies and a new beginning. Okay, July 11th, we have a new beginning. You support, believe we can make it. Need Arrow's my career dream. As you know, COVID modified all sectors of my work and many people around the world's long-term designer of mine livelihood until recently was the production and sending commissions. However, the pandemic created obstacles and blockages. Yeah, but you have $35,000 from this campaign to live on. You could have lived on that for 2 months, I'm sure, and then paid for the books and got them shipped out, or at least shipped the digitals out to tide people over until matters resolve themselves enough that you could actually send the physical project. What happened in that time period between January and March? That's like 8 solid weeks. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating. It was January 23rd. So that's like 6 solid weeks. And if we go to like the end of March, we get up to like 9 weeks or 10 weeks. Like that's plenty of time to get some pages done. And you could have put like the line art as updates in here. But there's no evidence of that. Oh boy. It's a great pleasure to tell you that next month we must complete the new pages. We'll be able to send the PDFs. Did that happen? And then that next month, and then up here, we're in December, which is a lot more than the next month from August. And many people contracted the disease. That's unfortunate, but it's good news nobody was sick enough that it was really bad. But here's the conclusion of the new unprecedented pages that we need. I think you mean unproduced pages that we need to complete the book. Oh boy. Well, it looks like people got some kind of PDF with some stuff. And here we are again in February 2021, a year ago, with another apology. Like, this is not a project that was well managed. If the delivery date was March, I'm going to keep going back to the delivery date of March because that's kind of the key thing here. The delivery date was supposed to be March of 2020. The campaign finished in January 2023. I know a lot of crazy stuff was happening around this time, hence this update, like right here. I know an absolute crazy amount of stuff was happening at this time. I get it. I 100% understand. But you had money from Indiegogo. They should have released the funds to your account at that point. That's a digital transaction. They don't literally put money in a briefcase and send it to Brazil by air or by mail or anything like that. It's a digital wire transfer. They just go zoop and you have the money. So I think he got very stressed out. Like, if I had to say, like, make a guess, I think he got very stressed out because a lot of crazy stuff was happening. That's an understandable position to be in. There was a lot of uncertainty, a lot of fear, a lot of crazy stuff in the news, a lot of crazy things people were talking about, people getting sick. I remember seeing videos that were really scary. Like, I get it. But it was just 13 pages. It was just 13 pages. So I don't know. We're going to just zip up to the top. I don't know if anybody. Here's the last update 4 months ago. Production continues at full speed. At full speed, you would have 13 pages done in half of a month because that's half of a comic book. Where are those pages? Where's an update about the printing process? Where are sample pages? You have to communicate. You have to give people something. Otherwise, they really have no reason to give you the benefit of the doubt. This Richard Boom, I'm sticking around for the fun of it. Man, I got stiffed on a couple of campaigns. I'm still salty about him. He must be a better person than me. But, this very angry person who I happen to know, and Dave Harris, Jordan Gunderson, like, there are a lot of backers here who are pretty irate, and they have a right to be irate because this book should have fulfilled at least the digitals 2 years ago based on this timeline and based on a reasonable estimate of how long it would have taken to have done 13 pages of art. I'm not demanding we crank out like 13 pages in one day or something. I'm saying like one a week, two a week, even. That's a pretty doable pace. A professional comic book artist that's expected to do a monthly book has to churn out like 5 pages a week, basically one per business day, to meet the publishing requirements of having a 20-page comic book. Ed Benes was a professional comic book artist working for DC. I don't know who he's working for now, but he worked for DC back in the day. He did Birds of Prey. The art's really nice. He has a very distinctive style. And fun fact, a lot of his students end up drawing a lot like him too. Like people that associate with Ed Benes end up doing art that looks like Ed Benes, which that's a good thing. I like the way his art looks. But you got to ship that art out to people. You absolutely do. And not doing it, holding people's money up. Well, I guess he's probably already spent the 31,000 by now because it sounds like he went through some nasty stuff personally, not just professionally. And yeah, that's rough. He's probably doesn't have this money anymore, and he's had to, because life happens, right? Life absolutely happens. So there's everything I know about Nina and Ariel. What's going on right now with it? It's a bad situation. Supposedly, according to the update, the end is in sight, but we have no evidence of that actually being true because the end has been in sight multiple times since like July of 2020. You get that one gimme, like if he'd been like, hey, it's July, we're having problems, I'm going to get you the digital next month. And then he actually followed up with the digital copy. And then other things delayed the physical. I think people will be a lot more understanding of the situation. And I also think that means Brian Ball would not periodically get mad at me for this. Like, this is going to ruin our relationship, whatever this relationship we have is, which I don't actually know what it is. It's just kind of weird. But that's people for you, right? All right, I'm getting rambly. So you all take care. You have a great day, great night, whatever you got going on. I'm also like starting to lose my voice or something crazy like that. And it's such a shame. This whole situation is such a shame. Oh, look at this. Oh God, is that no wait, we didn't reach that goal. We only made it to here. So plus 8 extra pages in deluxe edition. Oh, is that what we're waiting on? Maybe he's got the other pages in the regular edition and it's like the deluxe edition pages that we're stuck on. I don't know, man. The new edition on Indiegogo. That's a cute little cartoon. That is a cute little cartoon. But I seriously don't know what the holdup is. Is kind of my point. Because there's no reason for there to be a holdup, at least as far as the digital is concerned. You just sit down, you do it, you get it done, and then you figure out the physical after that. So take care of yourselves, and bye bye. As soon as I figure out how to end the stream. There it is. There's the button. Man, StreamYard rookie,